All right, let's see how bad the damage is. Hey guys, what's going on? So I am not in the best mood this morning because last night it was a nice evening and it was just my wife and I going out to dinner. So when it's just us without the kids, I like to take the Mustang out sometimes. So ultimately what happened was I just pulled up to a curb. We were at a parking lot for like a large shopping center, and he had a pretty big curb in front, and I'm usually aware of that type of stuff, knowing how low the front end of the Mustang is and how far the splitter protrudes out. Yeah, as I was pulling up to the parking spot, trying to make sure I'm within a nice amount of space between the cars on either side of me, I hit the front. All I heard was a crunch. The worst sound you ever hear in your life. Not really happy. I never really looked at it. I just went out front, kind of looked a little bit, and I could see a little damage. So I drove it home, put it in the garage, shut the garage, and now it's the next day, and I'm gonna go look at this thing. So, all right, let's see how bad the damage is. Can't really tell if the carbon fiber is. Looks like the resin on top cracked, but the carbon fiber itself, it was really loud. A lot of cracking going on. I'm surprised that is all the damage I had. Unfortunately, I also lost a splitter rod. Great. So I have another one of those, so I'm fine. They're actually really expensive. They are from, I gotta get the name. I'll put the name up right here, but they're a really good company that make really good splitter rods. And so now I know I have to go and figure out how to repair this, because it's small, but it's like a pimple on the tip of your nose. I mean, you go to a car show. I was thinking about putting this in the Philadelphia Auto Show again this year, and I mean, to most people they're like, oh, that's just a little crack, but I mean, that is, and I was like, whoa, look at that. I mean, that's pretty substantial. I mean, the car is pretty much, was perfect down there. I mean, I have little nicks and stuff on the bumper itself, but I mean, nothing like that. So I don't know if I can sand the rough edge down maybe, and put some clear coat on it. I'm more so concerned about the top than this front part. I don't feel any cracks from underneath. I can't really see underneath. It doesn't look cracked, so that's it. I mean, it is what it is. It was a dumb mistake on my end, so there comes my wife. And yeah, so today's video I'm actually going to do some other stuff. We're going to go and finish installing these door locks in this Fox body. When I bought this car, it did not have working door locks, and I didn't know until I recently started investigating the door lock situation. So I pulled off the panel here, and how's the lighting on it? Can you see? All right, so I pulled off the panel, I reached inside, and what I discovered was a plug without any type of actuator on the end. So I checked the other side, and I discovered the same thing, except on the other side, the plug was actually disconnected at the connection here. So whoever had the car prior to me, well, whatever number owners, because this was a 30-year-old car, so who knows what happened along the lines. somebody took out the door lock actuators. I assume they failed because they are a high failure rate item. So I went ahead and I ordered some actuators from LMR, late model restoration, and on Black Friday they were only $12 a piece. Can't beat that deal. So I got 2 plus the kit, the rivet kit, and I plugged the door lock in, and the door lock did not work. So I was like, okay, I was thinking I was just gonna plug this sucker in. That'd have been too right? Plug this sucker in, hit the door lock switch, and have it work. No. So then I went and looked for a fuse in the fuse box. But if you have a Fox body from 79 to 93, well, I don't know about 93, but I know for 87, there is no dedicated fuse for a power lock. So after looking on Google for a while, I discovered that there is some type of a switch or a relay in the engine bay for the door locks, because I did test the switches and I wasn't getting power at all. So I just want to show this to anybody who might have issues with door locks. I'm sure this is like a one-off situation. Come back here. Watch it. I'm sure this is a one-off situation, but just in case, you never know. If you have door locks, I have to take the camera. Power door locks and they're not working, and you're not getting any power to the power door locks. This right here, this little thing off of the starter solenoid, this box here, I'm sorry, there we go. This box here needs to be connected to power, which is this side of the starter solenoid. Whoever had the car prior to me had this whole box and this bracket grounded over here. So they had this, instead of going to power, they had it grounded. And I was only able to figure it out by looking through Google Images and looking for like this section of other Mustangs, and I saw that a lot of them had a box mounted on here, and I said, okay, there's a problem because I don't have that box with this infamous black wire with a white stripe, and there it is. And I said, I have a similar box over here, which I didn't see any other Mustangs have, so I moved it from there to there, and then I went and tested the lock, and lo and behold, I guess you can figure this out by now. It works. So now I just got to go ahead and put the lock back in. It was drilled out, so I bought some rivets, and we're going to try to install the locks themselves and see if we can get everything to work the way it's supposed to be. So that's what we're going to do now. So actually, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off this here. I just wanted to see if it worked, so I'm going to disconnect it and make it a little easier for me. I have to take this here and put in the attachment for it. I think it goes like that. You just do that, and you squeeze this through here. All right, so you got that piece in there. Now let's go inside and see if we can hook this in there. Oh, you know what? Let's roll these windows up. All right, so I got the lock in there and it's hooked in the correct spot. Now I'm just gonna do a rivet. Okay, so I finally got it to work, and you can see it there. It was not moving at first, and I sprayed everything down with some white lithium grease. I sprayed in there because I knew I couldn't really access the parts that I needed to, so I just figured I'll just soak everything down. I'm gonna get in there and clean it up, but as you can see, the door lock does function now. All right, so that's a win. So driver's side is complete. Now let's just go to the passenger side. We'll clean this out too. The driver's side is back together. I got the panel on, and it takes a whole lot just to get the panel on. You know, it's pretty much all destroyed on the inside. So Got it looking pretty decent. Passenger lock is in, and we're good to go. So let's put the door panel back on. And I'm all done. Functioning locks, both doors. So I'm happy. Got that done. I went from 0 door locks. I mean, it didn't have the locks mechanisms in there. So, and then I bought the locks, put them in, no power, discovered something was going wrong up in the hood, something goofy. Figured out what that was, put the locks in. Locks took about, realistically, 2 hours to do. I had to use rivets and it was kind of a mess, but yeah, so that's all done, and now I can move on to the next thing on the list. I still got to finish the engine bay, finish painting it and putting the stuff back together, and then I'm going to tackle this here. Gonna probably get a thing of Bondo just to fill in a little bit of holes, and then spray all the black trim, some type of bumper color, and move on. So slow progress. It's cold in the garage. I need a heater and I don't have one, and that's limiting the time that I want to spend in here. So with that being said, I think I'm going to leave now. Especially, I'm not going to really mess with the Mustang yet and that damage up front. I don't know what to do with it. All right, thanks for watching.